I'm McCauley, and this is my story. It all started out that I was going to my new adoptive home in Georgia. My eye was being treated, but it just wasn't enough. While on the road headed to North Carolina, my mom Paca, that's what I call Regina, and my nurse Paca, that's what I call Winnie, called a vet in the Winston-Salem, North Carolina area. They arranged to have Dr. Dixon see me. He was such a nice vet, he even stayed late at his office to wait for us. The diagnosis was a melting corneal ulcer. Boy, that doesn't sound good. Dr. Dixon said I should be seen by an eye doctor at the University Vet Medical Hospital in Athens, Georgia, which just so happened to be on our way. We spent the night in the backyard of a friend of my Mom Paca. Mom Paca thought to bring panels, which were set up in the backyard, and my traveling buddies and I relaxed for the evening. We even got hosed down. Mom Paca and Nurse Paca came out after dark to treat my eye with the stuff Dr. Dixon prescribed. Dr. Dixon had also said I had to keep my eye covered, so they made me this cool eye patch with a surgical mask. Makes me feel like a pirate. Arg! All I need now is a parrot on my shoulder. We had to get ready pretty early in the morning for our next leg of travel. Remember, we're headed for Georgia. We drove another 5 to 6 hours to the University of Athens Veterinary Medical Hospital. They let all of my traveling buddies come in with me since it was so hot in the trailer. You'll have to ask them about their visit. I was guided into a large room where there were at least 15 vet students and the attending ready to evaluate my eye. Of course, I was a perfect angel, and I let them all see it. After all, they are learning, and it's not every day they have an alpaca in to visit. The diagnosis was confirmed. They did cultures to see that they were treating with the correct meds, and sent Mom Paca and Nurse Paca on our way with a whole bundle of medications for me. I needed some meds every 12 hours, some every 8 hours, and even more every 6 hours. I don't know how they would keep it all straight. Back into the trailer we went, and on our way to our new adoptive home in Georgia. We finally made it to Georgia around 9:30 at night. We were settled into our new temporary fenced home while we got used to the area and the other residents. I thought I saw some llamas back there. While looking around with my one good eye, I overheard Mom Paca and Nurse Paca say that I couldn't stay with the new lady and I would have to go back to PA with them. They didn't know if they should take someone else back with me to keep me company in the trailer, so I didn't get stressed being alone back there. Nurse Paca jokingly suggested I travel in the back of the truck with them instead of the trailer. Mom Paca thought that was a great idea, but I'm not so sure about all this. Hog Heaven Rescue sure does go above and beyond with the care of the animals they take in. I would have loved to stay with my buddies down in Georgia, but I know that Mom Paca's only thinking of what's best for me. She promised once my eye is better, she will find me a really good home. I've settled into this on the road in a truck thing. Mom Paca is such a good driver. It's then I find out that we're actually going to be stopping in Tennessee overnight. We will be staying with friends Josh and Shelley that adopted 2 alpacas and a mini donkey. One of the alpacas they adopted is my old friend Socrates that I grew up with. I sure hope he remembers me. How exciting I get to see him again. We arrived after midnight, and it was so dark outside I didn't think I'd be able to visit my old alpaca friend. Fortunately, I was led right into their fenced area, and Socrates and I stayed up way too late remembering old times. It sure was fun to get to see him again. Mom Paca and Nurse Paca really had their work cut out for them remembering which drug to give when. I really don't know how they kept it all straight. Mom Paca said we had to get up and leave very early, and boy did they mean it. We got up and loaded at 4 a.m. to hit the road for West Virginia and then back home to Pennsylvania. I wasn't sure they knew where they were going, so I asked for a map so I could follow along as I ate my breakfast. When When I had to go to the bathroom, they just didn't understand. So I started to hum loudly so Mom Paca and Nurse Paca could hear me. They finally got it. When I started humming, it meant I needed to go. I learned to get out of the back seat pretty easily. There was a step so I could reach down, and then they put me in the empty horse trailer so I could go. It worked out perfect. Sometimes I hummed just because I needed to stretch my legs and fool them, and they would find a grassy area for me. Nurse Paca really enjoyed walking with me. I think she needed to stretch her legs too. I didn't think Mom Paca would, but she put hay in the back of the truck with me, and that was just great. I was able to munch the whole ride home. Dr. Dixon had said I had to keep the eye covered, so when I was outside, I donned sunglasses to keep my eye protected. Back into the truck. I learned to tuck my front legs so Mom Paca could give me a lift. Once my front legs were on the seat, Mom Paca would lift my hind end and I would jump forward onto the seat, wait until they removed the lead, and then I would cush to get comfortable. It was really great. I am so fortunate to have someone like Mom Paca Regina. We are all so blessed for her and Hog Heaven Rescue.